So Tylil recently dropped his own side of the story, and it completely clashes with Jordan Pauline's testimony regarding what happened after the Streamer Awards. A lot of people are claiming this new evidence clears his name. Honestly, looking at the facts we have now, Tylil definitely seems like he could be innocent here. However, we have to remember this is bigger than just internet drama or public opinion. It's a serious, ongoing legal fight. Because of that, we shouldn't speak in absolutes just yet. There's a ton to unpack today, so make sure to engage with the video for the algorithm. I'm going to break down Tylil's response, step by step, give you my honest thoughts on each part, show you Jordan's latest rebuttal, and then I've got to handle some of the heat coming my way. ...
My silence was intentional. My team has already sent Jordan a cease and desist, and we are also moving forward with the lawsuit for defamation.
First off, this has officially turned into a legal battle for both parties. Jordan previously mentioned she was taking legal steps, and now Tylil has clarified that he's pursuing a defamation lawsuit. Taking the legal route is honestly the most effective way to handle allegations like these, especially if the claims are fabricated, even if the system isn't perfect. Winning in court is the ultimate way to clear your reputation.
Everything was cool that night. Jordan originally left the after party and came back because Jordan misplaced her phone.
This part directly challenges Jordan's narrative. In her initial response, she claimed he basically trapped her in the room by hiding her phone. To counter this, Tylil shared video evidence from that night as receipts. It's significantly more proof than anything Jordan has put forward so far, which naturally makes his version of events feel much more credible.
Everything went left when my partner called. The moment my partner called, Jordan started acting crazy. She got really aggressive and she was acting weird. She made me uncomfortable, and that's what made me start recording to protect myself.
I've never had a one-night stand in my life.
What is a one-night stand?
Like after the party type shit, when you first meet someone, and you talk to them.
So that's what we just had?
Did we just have a one-night stand?
No. As long as we cool about it, it's not a one-night stand. I said, as long as we speak the word, it's not a one-night stand.
It's so many days after tomorrow.
This evidence is honestly wild. Seeing her explicitly refer to the situation as a likely one-night stand makes things look really bad for her. If she actually lied about this, it's absolutely disgusting to weaponize a serious trauma like SA just to get back at someone. It's one of the lowest things a person can do. I also found out that Jordan's sister passed away in a very violent manner and was also a victim of SA herself. If Jordan is faking this, it makes her actions even more disturbing. Again, I have to emphasize this is an ongoing case, so we're speaking hypothetically. I should also mention that the way Tylil obtained this specific receipt might not be totally solid in a legal sense, but I'll circle back to that in a bit. Let's keep going.
I got her an Uber, a Toyota to be exact. I requested Jordan a Toyota. Jordan left the hotel room. Jordan came back when she realized it was a Toyota. She banged on the door and demanded a black truck. Her words verbatimly after she demanded a black truck was, "Do I look like the type of bitch to ride in a Toyota? Get me a black truck." Me being a gentleman, I got her a black truck. But wait!
This part is just egregious, really bad. Tylil mentions it in his response, but it raises a huge red flag. If you were truly victimized, why would you go back to the person who hurt you and ask for a luxury SUV? It's the peak of LA materialism. I've dealt with this exact vibe before. People obsessed with high-end lifestyles and eating Wagyu every day or calling it mid-lets. Why this detail hits home for me. It's a terrible look. I'm not saying a victim has to behave perfectly, but it's incredibly strange for Jordan to return to the alleged perpetrator to ask for a better way to leave when she already had an exit. It makes her look very dishonest. Right now, I'm definitely leaning toward Tylil's side. He even showed proof for 2 rides, one at 8:04 that was cancelled, and another at 8:07 for a black SUV that dropped her off at 8:40. Then there's that confusing text to Tylil's friend where she claims Tylil has her phone 30 minutes after she got home. The timeline is messy, and even Ty seemed confused by it. So let's move on.
Only thing the girl had to show, oh my God! This shit is right here, it said. Yo, it says a Zelle request for $2,000 for playing with me. What the fuck? That's blackmail. What the fuck do she mean by for playing with me? Let's move on.
I've got to be real. This is another heavy piece of evidence from Tylil. It really looks like blackmail, which is ironic since Jordan was the one accusing him of trying to blackmail her when the story first broke. I have to give it to Ty here. His side is looking stronger because he has tangible receipts that make the whole situation look very suspicious.
Jordan texts me right here. She said, "What you doing?" Jordan sends a question mark. I don't know if you text me or not, but my phone is clicked. I can't see her do nothing. Jordan sent me on December 8th at 12:01. This is in the noon. Jordan sent me a upside down smiling face. After she sent the upside down smiling face, she sent the Zelle request. Let me show y'all. Follow me, chat. Are y'all following the timeline? Because I'm only gonna come up here one time and say this. Jordan, all of these messages came on December 7th. The Zelle request is at December 8th. This smiley face, she sent this smiley face, right? Boom. Then she sends the Zelle request at 12:19 p.m. After she sends the Zelle request, she realized I was not paying it. Once Jordan realized I was not paying it, Jordan sent me this. You see this meme right here? Me giving him his last warning before I show him who I really am. Let me make it bigger for y'all since y'all can't read. Boom. Me giving him his last warning before I show him who I really am. So once Jordan realized I was not paying her $2,000, she sends me this. Me giving him his last warning before I show him who I really am. And guess what she did? She showed me who she really was and showed you who she really was. Came to the internet with false allegations, lied on my name.
The messages shown here really portray Jordan as a vindictive person who's angry about a hookup and is now looking for emotional revenge. The way she's texting the person she's accusing of a crime just doesn't add up. Her behavior in private seems to totally contradict the trauma she's portraying online. If this man actually harmed you, why are you still in contact like this? Why are you sending him memes and demanding $2,000? It's bizarre, and like I said, it just doesn't look good for her case.
Once again, Jordan said she deleted all of our text messages, and Jordan also said she was sexually assaulted, which is false. Don't let this world get to your head and you lose your moral compass, because at the end of the day, we all have to deal with God. And if you know something made me feel a certain way, instead of trying to throw rocks and hide your hands, you should have fixed it immediately. And this could have been swept under the rug. Don't be mad your girl found out the type of man that you are. She should have known that's nobody's fault but yours. I always walk in love, and I wish you and her the best. No bullshit. God bless you too. Jordan is a sexual assault victim, but said this all sexual assault could have been all swept under the rug. You're a victim, but you said it. It could have been swept under the rug, and you're a victim. Okay, cool. Moving forward. Next one. Next one. Receipts, evidence. Let's talk facts. If you had chosen integrity from the start, the situation would have never escalated. The reaction you're facing now is a consequence of your choices, not mine. Your girlfriend seeing your actions isn't my fault. I've never lied to get anything in life. If I wanted drama, I would have ignored your call and gone straight to social media. But that's not who I am. Jordan, you went straight to social media with lies. I believe in God, accountability, and moving with love even when I'm hurt. I'm not asking for anything except acknowledgement. A real apology matters. A real apology matters. A real apology matters. ...
Those messages wrap up Tylil's response. Though I'll admit this last bit of evidence didn't hit as hard for me as the others. While I agree it's weird for her to suggest the situation could have been swept under the rug, these specific texts feel a bit cherry-picked. We don't see if Tylil sent more than what was shown, and I'd really like to see the full context of that conversation. I feel like there's a piece of the puzzle missing here. That's not to say Tylil didn't do a great job defending himself. He definitely did, but these texts feel a little vague. For instance, when Jordan asks for acknowledgement and a real apology, most people might assume she's talking about him being a cheater, but to me, it feels different. She never specifies exactly what he's apologizing for. It feels more like she's trying to bait him into a confession. That's just my take. And since it's a live case, nothing is set in stone. Now, let's look at Jordan's latest comments. On the day Tylil went live, Jordan responded with a series of tweets. She claimed the 2K was for a phone and that the police have all the actual details. People immediately jumped on her because the tweets seemed a bit frantic, which is a fair critique, not a great way to handle someone dropping receipts on you. However, the one constant is that she still maintains that Tylil did something non-consensual that night. Let's check the clips.
The only reason I even sent a request to that nigga is because I was trying to get him to admit. I was being nice to him for him to admit in a transcript that he's a fucking. And I was playing cordial with the nigga because he said that, and I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask. I didn't even ask him to pay for my phone. He offered. Tylil offered to pay for my phone. I didn't ask him. I didn't say, nigga, you need to fix my motherfucking phone. I said, my phone is really broken. You disrespected me last night. You know what the fuck you did. You completely violated me, and I never want to talk to you again. He calls me. Jordan, you know what? I'm gonna pay for your phone. Just send me your Cash App, your Zelle, and then go to the spot and then tell me how much it is, and then send me a request. The nigga go. As soon as I did that. So of course, nigga, now you playing with me.
This is where the claims get incredibly intense. After this clip, Jordan stands by her story again, claiming that once she left the bathroom, Tylil's behavior changed completely. She implies she was pressured into an intimate situation she didn't want to be in. Interestingly, the Zelle request makes more sense now. You can't tell me this story isn't getting complicated, Dan, not just for Jordan. She showed call logs and is now arguing that the Zelle requests were a strategic move by Tylil to manipulate the narrative. I'm not saying that's a fact, but it's a possibility that aligns with the spam calling she showed. She also claims she was trying to get a text confession out of him. That would explain why her request for an apology was so vague. She was trying to lead him into admitting something. We see this all the time with predator catchers or channels like John or Skeeter Jean. They try to get people to incriminate themselves over text. Is it possible she was doing the same? Absolutely. If that was the plan, it was actually a pretty smart move on her part.
Why your whole body weight is on me? Why are you taping me in the bed if you know you ain't do nothing wrong? Cause you're trying to build up shit to save your ass because you knew you just fucked up. You knew what you did. You knew what you were doing. What girl is gonna fuck and cry? Who fucks and then boo-hoo crying in the middle of the fucking? The nigga calculated this shit and he outsmarted me in some areas, but it's okay. I don't care anymore.
So, besides her claiming Tylil's response was a calculated move, we need to talk about the legal side of him recording her. Since that happened after the act itself, it isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card. As she mentioned, legally, they could argue she was pressured into complying. If her story about his physical weight being used to keep her there is true, that's not exactly a solid foundation for consent. That part of Tylil's defense isn't as bulletproof as it seems.
Shout out all the girls that's telling me their stories with Tylil. He been like this. It's all premeditated. It's all calculated. It's all premeditated. Y'all gonna wait till the nigga have a documentary out about him. Y'all gonna be like, oh my God. It's all premeditated. It's all calculated. Literally, over 12 bitches done DM me real stories, real receipts. I'm like, did you report it? They're like, no, because I just felt like, I don't know, he offered me 200.
Another major point that hasn't really been discussed is the allegation that there are other victims. I have to keep repeating this so people don't take me out of context. Tylil has done a much better job providing actual proof than Jordan has, which makes his side feel more credible right now. But I'm not ready to totally dismiss Jordan yet, not only because of the other alleged victims, but because the idea of narrative manipulation, especially regarding the texts and Zelle requests, is very compelling. It's entirely possible Tylil baited her into those requests just to spin an extortion story. There's one last clip of Jordan I want to show, and then we need to have a serious one-on-one chat.
He just wanted to fuck me, and that was it. And I'm so disgusted about that because my little white chocolate know about this shit. And that is embarrassing. And I've been putting him on a ringer. He ain't cracked yet. So how the nigga that actually is doing shit for like courting me and shit ain't cracked, but the nigga I hang out with one day crack? Like, that's embarrassing.
I'm showing this because I know people are criticizing Jordan for being unhinged. I agree to an extent, but victims aren't always perfect. While some people see her jokes as a slip-up that reveals she's lying, I see it as a coping mechanism. We shouldn't be word policing a potential victim. It's clearly a joke, guys. If you know anyone who has dealt with SA, you know that joking about the trauma is a common way to cope. If her story is true, this is just her trying to process a terrible situation. Now, I want to address something the internet is getting completely wrong about me, and I'm only saying this once. I've been getting a lot of heat over my recent Kai Cenat video. When a video blows up, you're going to get criticized. And honestly, I love the people criticizing me. It means I've reached a point where my voice actually matters enough for people to be mad at it. The old me might have been upset, but it's just part of the game. As a commentary creator, I'd be a hypocrite if I told you not to challenge me. If you think I'm wrong, tell me. I'm a flawed human, and not every take is a winner. But if you're going to come for me, at least do it fairly. It's easy to act like I just make slop, but my real day ones know I try to provide nuance and stay unbiased. This channel is literally built on my opinions as an 8. I tell you every video to subscribe for unsolicited opinions. Unless I state something as a confirmed fact, it's just how I feel. So why are people so bothered? People are acting like I explicitly called Tylil guilty. What I actually said was that given his past issues with sexual discipline, I found Jordan's claims feasible. People are ignoring the context on purpose. Before I even mentioned Jordan, I showed a video of Tylil humping a woman without her consent while she asked Kai, "Is that your man?" His critics ignore that because it's easier to defend their favorite creator, even if it means excusing weird behavior. Then I showed the video of him on IG Live getting, in front of everyone. That's weird as hell, especially not knowing if kids were watching. Because of those two incidents, I felt the allegations were plausible, but I never said he was 100% guilty. I shared an opinion based on his track record. Now people are saying I'm going to get sued. Those people clearly don't understand how defamation laws work for public figures. This is essentially journalism, even if it's presented casually. I also see other commentary channels acting like the case is closed and Tylil won. Jumping to conclusions in either direction is harmful. I was called a simp for even considering Jordan's side, which just shows how much misogyny is out there. This is a legal battle. You have people declaring him innocent before a court does. If you actually cared about the truth, you'd realize that while Tylil has the upper hand with receipts right now, it doesn't change the fact that the case is ongoing. Jordan hasn't backed down. We have to wait and see. I think Tylil has a strong case, but those Zelle requests and call logs still feel fishy. To the people attacking me, if you weren't biased, you'd see that declaring him completely innocent right now is just as extreme as declaring him guilty. He provided some screenshots his lawyers likely picked out. That's it. It helps him, but it doesn't end the story. Jordan says the police are involved. He says there's a lawsuit. We'll see what happens. I've followed this from the start, and I still think Tylil's past behavior is weird. If you don't think humping someone without consent is weird, that's on you. I'm going to keep doing my journalism. It's almost a badge of honor that people have to use bad faith arguments to try and tear me down. It means I'm doing something right. To the haters, I still love you. To the fans, I love you more for having my back. Subscribe for more unsolicited opinions. Stay blessed. I'm gonna go light up and watch some Coruscant. Peace.
I just beat it down, that shit can't balance. All these niggas suck, don't got no challenge. My brother so cutthroat, them niggas be wildin'. You niggas so bum gang, who the fuck your stylist? Yeah.